Welcome to episode 12 of Small Potatoes. Episode 12, where we discuss the inconsequential tidbits of life. Remember,
it's all fun and games till someone cares. We don't, so it's all fun and games.
Hit that fucking intro music now.
We're rolling.
So here's the chain of events.
Hello?
We all get together.
That's not our intro.
Yeah,
Sing the theme song. Sing the theme song.
And yes, she's annoying. Give it to me. What's it called?
What's the name of the show?
Here we are, in the closet,
I'm here
without Spencer.
Yeah, can we just talk about Spencer for a second?
Look, we decided it's time to take the next step in this podcast and record in the same place, but that also means cutting the fat. And
Spencer is fat.
And also, we're recording here in the closet. There's a gay joke in there somewhere.
Find it.
But we left out Spencer, so it's a complicated gay joke, I guess.
Here's the thing. We all remember what happened last week. We're so sorry to the fans. So what was supposed to happen? Everyone knows we come out with episodes every Tuesday morning. So we were supposed to post on Tuesday. Now, guess who didn't fucking post?
The one who's not here.
Yes, the fat one. So
Therefore, he's not here today.
he's gone. And I guess what we're trying to say in the beginning of this whole podcast is we're hiring best friends right now. We're hiring a best friend for the Small Potatoes pod. We had to let him go, but we are in the hiring process of a new best friend.
So if you know anyone with podcast experience, host experience, best friend experience,
yes.
but also interested in the same things we're interested in, then send in those apps because he's out of here. He's gone. It's just the two of us. There's just two potatoes here, and we already did the heavy lifting anyways. So
Yeah.
welcome to the new show.
Yeah. Same name, new show.
And so let's get started.
By the way, we are in the same room.
We're in the same room for once.
This is the first time, and this is probably going to be the new normal. This is what everyone's been saying the new normal is going to be. And
New
this
format.
is the new normal that everyone's been talking about is us in the same room recording.
When they said get everyone back to work, they meant get this show back to how it should be. That doesn't make any sense.
Just get the show to being normal.
Just make the show normal.
All right, we got some small potatoes. Okay,
All right.
Actually, let's start the small. Okay. Something happened literally 20 minutes ago when we were getting alcohol.
We were on the way here to the studio, which is my bedroom closet,
Inside the closet.
and we were like, well, we're not going to do the show sober. That's just not going to make good content.
That's stupid.
So we were getting alcohol at what us white folk like to call Target. And we, first of all, we go to a line that is one person deep, and Anthony walks forward to go looking for Yu-Gi-Oh
okay, that's
cards
stupid.
because you know how the Yu-Gi-Oh cards are near the checkout,
Okay.
and I'm like, oh, Anthony must know something I don't. He must see
This is
another checkout line open, so
This
I
is wrong.
follow him. We lose our spot in line, and I'm like, shit, lost our spot in line. Go to a different checkout line because we lost our spot, and what happens next takes 15, 30 minutes.
Before we go into what happens next, I'm just going to say, I told Trevor, hold on, I'm going to go check something out real quick, and he followed me like a lost puppy to the Yu-Gi-Oh card section.
You need to enunciate.
Listen, I said what I said, and I meant what I meant, and you lost our spot in line because you followed me.
Anyway, we get to this new line, this new checkout line, and this lady, this woman, is trying to buy her own alcohol, which, respect, but she forgets her ID. Now, a normal, sane person would go, I forgot my ID. I guess I'll have to come back later and buy the alcohol later.
She bought other things, though, so she's like, she could have
just left it. Yeah, she could have just brought her other shit home and come back. But she goes, hey, my ID is at home. What if someone sent a picture of it to me and then I show you to confirm?
And the girl who makes $15 an hour as the cash register, she's just the cash register.
She is a cash register. She has all the cash in her pocket.
She has cargo pants, so it's easier to grab all the cash and all the change. Anyways, she's like, well, I don't fucking know. They don't pay me enough to look through your text messages and decipher who you are. So this process just ends up taking longer because now she's got to ask her managers.
She has to call her managers and ask. This woman has to call her boyfriend, get him to go to the kitchen and find her ID. First of all, I'm sorry, but if you're an adult with a driver's license, don't leave the house without it. Period.
Yeah.
Be a person.
Never leave without my driver's license.
You'd never, even if you're not driving, bring your ID because you never know what's going to happen.
When I shower with my ID.
Yeah.
In case anyone
it's
comes
taped to the underside of
Yeah,
my
you don't wanna
arm,
get wet.
like kind of under the armpit.
You don't wash underneath your arms anyways, so you don't want to get wet. So
Yeah, it just kind of drips down from the armpit that I scrub.
Yeah.
But bring your fucking ID, especially when you're going to buy alcohol. Be a person, be an adult who functions properly. And if you fail to do so, don't put it on other people to wait for you.
So funny is that when the girl went to go ask her manager, the person, the cash register, when she went to go ask other people, the lady in front of us was like sighing like this was inconvenient for her. Like she's like, oh, another thing in my day.
Here's another thing, Anthony. I don't know if you noticed, but I gave you like the biggest eye roll.
Yeah, you
but you
did.
weren't looking, and the cash register, the human cash register,
Yeah.
saw it, and I mean, she didn't react negatively because she was also rolling her eyes in her own head.
Yeah.
Because I've worked in a job where you need to ask for a person's ID every time, and so often they're like, "Oh, my ID is on the East Coast, so what if someone just mails it to me? Do you mind waiting?"
You're like, yeah, there's only a line. There's only a line behind you.
God.
And here's the thing. This story's not over yet, but the small potato is choosing the line that always seems to be the one that fucks you over. It's like you.
Oh yeah. Meanwhile, like 4 people like came and went in the aisle that we were originally in
Yeah.
the register that we were originally at.
Yes.
We could have been gone in 2 seconds if we just gotten in the same line in the back.
3 different lines to be in, and the one we chose happened to be the one where she's like, I'm gonna have to call my boyfriend.
I'm gonna have to call the DMV and get a new ID sent to my house, and then my boyfriend will
Retake
send
my
me a
driver's
picture.
exam. I'm gonna get a new picture anyways.
God.
So, yeah. So finally, then they ended up letting it happen. She was like, you know what? My manager said it's fine. Whatever. By the way, this Target corporate, you should call this Target because that was a no-no. So she let it slide, and she sold the alcohol to this lady. And then as soon as we go up, we're buying alcohol too. And in like the most like sad way, she just is like, so ID. Which is so funny because I was like, oh.
And Anthony had it right away because he's an adult, and
never
also
lose anything.
I made him pay. So just kind
By
of
the way,
ushered you.
we didn't talk about that until just now, but you fucking hate. This guy you looked at me and you're like, just a little head nod.
ushered you in front of me.
Hey, that's fine. You picked me up from work.
Yeah, I lug your ass around. So let's get to a small potato, shall we?
Yeah, the real small potatoes. Okay, that's fine.
Here's one. Why, when I go to fill up a glass of water, is it all of a sudden soda? It seems like it's full.
Shit.
And I'm like, all right, done with this sink. Turn off sink. Bubbles go away, and the glass is a third full.
Oh my god.
Hey, water, you're not carbonated. Don't act like it. Don't pretend to be soda in the 2 seconds it takes for me to fill you up, and then you're like, nope, just kidding, I'm a flat liquid.
Okay, that's so funny because like, do you remember how like soda isn't really cool anymore? But remember when it was, and you would go into
Soda was
fast
the
food
shit,
places,
yeah.
and you would fill up. Like that was a constant small potato that we always had to deal with. Was a line of people getting soda, and especially being a young kid, being like, I want the max amount of drink that I can get, and filling it up, and then having it be like, oh, just kidding, it's actually only half full now that the bubbles are away, and then making that active decision to be like, fuck you behind me.
Oh God,
I'm gonna keep
root
filling
beer,
up. Root beer for sure.
Root beer foam.
Oh, so slow.
It's like carbon. Its half-life is 500 million years, and it's half gone.
Yeah,
I think that's how that works.
Root beers. There's this one place that sold only cane
Damn, we
soda.
fired our geologist. he would have corrected my Half-Life joke.
I know. By the way, isn't it amazing? Can we just talk?
How smoothly is this going?
It's amazing.
How this is flowing.
no one
the vibes are
saying-
great in here.
There's no one saying but or but actually.
Well,
We don't have any Oscars in here. Just
Exactly.
saying, actually, it's this way. If you actually look at The Rock this way, you'd realize
no
that it
devil's
was-
advocate.
Yeah, dude. Ugh. Cool. Geodes. I bought one once. I've been to Knott's Berry Farm. I have gold. Cool, Spencer. Good thing we aren't friends anymore.
Yeah, have fun in Utah.
By the way, Spencer, if you are listening, like and review this podcast.
Leave a review.
Leave a review. Hopefully it's good.
So yeah, water pisses me off when it does that, and it does it all the time.
Yeah.
Nearly every time, I'd say.
Water has the capacity to do that, but I think it's because your water is bad water. You have bad water.
This is an ongoing issue. It's not like my sink does that. Like, this
Here's
has
the
annoyed
thing.
me my entire
Ready?
life.
You just said your sink.
Okay, I'm in the middle of moving, and my roommate moved out and took the Brita filter.
Yeah.
And now I have no Brita filter.
Yeah, when you pour water out of a Brita, it doesn't do that foam thing. When you pour water out of a sink, that's gross. That, by the way, gives you cotton mouth.
You got cotton mouth from the drugs we
I
smoked.
did not smoke any drugs. Except for
Water
the drugs we smoked
doesn't.
before I
There
drank
is
the
no
water.
possible way water is dehydrated.
See,
that
here's
doesn't
the
make any
thing.
sense.
Weed, no one has ever said that weed, this drug that we did not smoke, causes cotton mouth. But someone did say that bad water does. So I'm just saying your water's not great.
What's your source?
I
Spencer?
know a geologist.
God, fuck that
I
guy.
need
All
to
right.
meet new people.
God, it's fun to be on this end of the shit talking.
Yeah, ready? Spencer, you have the floor. Go ahead, say what you want. Cool, all right.
What an idiot.
What an idiot.
All right. What you got?
I have a small potato, and this small potato is on this. We tend to talk about food a lot. We tend to talk about going to the bathroom a lot and food.
Well,
lot.
we enjoy bodily functions.
I mean, it goes in one way. We like it that way. It goes out one way.
We like the
that
things
way.
that orifices do.
Sure. And for this subject, I want to talk about bone-in wings versus boneless wings.
Oh, you mean chicken nuggets? You mean
Yes.
You mean chicken wings and chicken nuggets?
Yes.
Two separate
Yes.
food items?
Okay, then I think we might be on the same page then. Okay, ready? So here's the thing. All the time, you go to a wing place, and this could be like a fun wing place that has the best fries in the world, Wingstop, or it can be like a nuanced place. It's like, ooh, gluten-free baked wings, or even doing like vegan wings. Which, by the way, tell me how you can get vegan wings bone in.
Is that a thing? Is that possible?
I saw this option the other day when we got wings, and it was like, you can get your bone-in wings vegan?
What?
I don't understand. I wanted to do it.
Is it
but I didn't do
plastic wings? Like,
Right.
there's no way it's real. I mean,
I have
there's
no
no way
clue.
it's like real bone.
I have no clue, but I saw it. Which it must have been a typo.
Wow.
Because there's no way. Anyways.
It was on the laminated menu. It must be a typo.
Yeah, right. It must have been like, yeah, fuck up. The real potato is boneless wings are chicken nuggets. And the fact that bone-in wings are just vastly a better meat than boneless wings. Bone-in is better than boneless.
Mm-hmm.
And so many times people order boneless, and on these menus, there is a section for chicken tenders and for boneless chicken.
Redundant.
What the fuck is the difference? Except for the fact that one of them is going to be
Presentation,
slightly...
I guess.
But not even. They're just the same. And if you are getting your chicken boneless, cool, you're cleaner. You could probably eat it with a fork, cute. But fuck you, because it's not nearly as delicious.
Like, why? Like, are you worried about choking? Are you just
No, your
like,
hands
trying
get
to
messy,
go
I
against
guess.
the grain? Okay, but that's the fun.
That's wings.
That's wings.
That's wings.
God.
Okay. I'm glad there's nobody here to disagree.
Oh, he would too.
He would. We're not even going to say his name anymore. If
Yeah,
we
we
ever
should-
say he,
No, yeah, no more of
yeah,
he
not
who
gonna
shall
try
not be
Yeah, we're not friends anymore.
in this closet.
That was the potato. That was it.
Yeah,
Just annoyed. I'm
Yeah.
annoyed by people who
for
eat
sure.
boneless wings.
Yeah, those shouldn't exist. That's stupid.
Eat bone-in.
For
It's
sure.
better. It's also better. It tastes better. Just try it. You'll know. You'll find out.
All right, I've got something that's not food related, and it's a trend lately, mindfulness, meditation, right? And I support it. I'm a fan of that type of healing of the body and brain and soul, and it's helpful. It works.
Okay.
However, paying for a meditation app is so backwards to me. I am not a fan. I really would love I would really love a voice to guide me on my meditation journey. Because I've tried to get into meditation.
Sure.
I don't regularly, but I have.
Sure.
But as soon as I get to that paywall, I'm out. I'm Western. I say, fuck all of this, because I'm not going to pay for meditation.
Hold on.
Completely defeats the purpose.
So, but this makes me think that you've stumbled upon some sort of free app that ended up stopping like 30 seconds.
Yeah. You download these meditation apps. You get like 2 free meditations. So for like 2 nights straight, I meditate. I'm like, wow, this is great. I feel great. I fall asleep so soundly. It's fantastic. And then night 3 comes along, and it's like, oh, actually, now you got to start paying. Those 2 were on the house, but that was just a free trial. You got to pay now. I'm like, okay, I can understand when Hulu is like, and shout out to Hulu again. I don't know why we always talk about Hulu, but when Hulu is like, yeah, you could watch up to this point, but you're going to have ads, and then you got to start paying. It's like, all right, you're offering a product, and I got to pay. And yes, meditation apps are doing that too, but adding capitalism to meditation, I can't relax. I can't get into it when I know like each second is this amount of
money.
This amount of dollars, this amount of cents per second of relaxation.
I want you to be.
That's on my mind when I'm trying to clear my mind.
Look, I want you to be in touch with all your chakras, but I also got to afford Trader Joe's.
Exactly.
I got to get to Trader Joe's and make shit happen. So yeah, that's ridiculous.
Not a fan of pay to play meditation apps. Pay to meditate.
Why don't you just listen to like the 24 hours of soothing music on YouTube?
I know, right? YouTube is there.
And then
but
what do you mean?
But you do YouTube, and then like you're like mid relaxation, and then an ad pops up. Like you can't escape it. There's no platform that'll just let you meditate for free, which is so fucking American.
Oh my God, you're right.
Can someone just help me?
Adless
meditation. That's all I'm asking.
I was gonna say SoundCloud, but not even SoundCloud, because SoundCloud transitioned to the whole Spotify platform. It's ads.
Oh.
If you don't pay for, you have to pay for SoundCloud now.
I didn't know that. That's bullshit.
Tidal is just even more capitalistic.
Isn't Tidal like $1,000?
Yes, it's like $1,010.
You have to know Jay-Z personally to download Tidal.
Jay-Z personally gives you a promo code to download his app.
Exactly.
So yeah, shit. There's no way.
The promo code is just JAYZ.
I guess,
which like you wouldn't. It's so obvious that you wouldn't guess.
But we're not going to tell you guys which ones are capitals and which ones aren't. You're not going to know. Hashtag Small Potatoes Pod. You could also use that as a promo code. That will
hashtag.
Work. Yeah, you could use that as a promo code on Twitter or on Tidal.
We're not. We're not even on okay.
We're going to be on Twitter soon.
We're going to be on Twitter really soon as we have something to tweet about. But we just purge all of our thoughts 30 minutes to 40 minutes every week, and then we're out of thoughts.
Just so you know, we don't think for a week straight.
I barely speak.
I'm a vegetable.
Which is why I'm trying to meditate, because I'm already like doing that like silent monk thing. I gave all my clothes away, and I'm just kind of like wearing blankets and not speaking. I'm eating a lot of bone-full wings, but I'm not doing the food thing. But I'm trying to meditate, and it's not working out, and I'm not stoked on that.
Fair enough.
So, free meditation apps, please. Any app developers listening, please do that for me.
So, because, it's actually funny that you say that, because we have our specific target audience is app developers, specifically looking to develop apps in a non-capitalistic way, because that's what most app developers pursue.
Just make me a free app. Is that so hard?
Yeah, make us a free app that's truly free and truly allows us to meditate. When you meditate, does this allow you to like lucid dream? Does it like make you like have fun, crazy dreams when you meditate before bed?
Not necessarily. It just makes me sleep better. Also, I haven't done it enough to like have
you ever tried to lucid dream?
I mean, I've been in a dream and gone, wait a second. I know what's going on here.
And then you're like, the Force.
Like, I'm going to fly, but I can only fly like 3 feet up and slowly. and whoever's chasing me is like right behind me, like they can get to me because I'm only flying 3 feet up.
There are videos, like there are literally there are like ways to like try to lucid. For those of you who don't know, lucid dreaming, it's when you like dream and you're like aware that you're in the dream world, and it like gives you these powers.
Dream.
Like straight up Shark Boy and Lava Girl status. So there are like videos will tell you like, just say, I'm going to lucid dream tonight. I will lucid dream tonight over and over and over for like 5 minutes straight. And then when you fall asleep, you have to fall asleep with your hand hanging off the bed. Like there's some weird shit.
That doesn't sit right with me already. Whatever's under the bed is getting to that hand. And then the lucid dream is now a nightmare.
Maybe that's why, I don't know, maybe it's there to ground you. Maybe that monster under your bed isn't a monster. It's your protector. And it's there to ground you.
Whoa.
When you
this is getting really big potato all of a sudden. Damn, you're touching on something that is deep and dark.
Anyways, all I'm saying is every time I try to lucid dream, I get bored trying to do it.
Yeah.
I just get so bored. I'm like,
you're like, fuck it, just play me something.
Go on Reddit.
Just start something that I'm not in control of.
I want to watch some YouTube videos.
Show me something fun.
A new PBR coffee. And I'm like, what? Beer coffee? And then watching James Hoffman and be like, that's disgusting. So yeah, I get bored of it. But
wait, you get so bored of lucid dreaming that you wake up and do stuff?
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, lucid dreaming is boring. I'm just gonna go in the normal
I'm just not
world.
gonna sleep anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't sleep. It's
really badass.
It's so fucking
Hey, if you don't meditate, it's easier to not sleep, so win-win, right?
If I don't True.
All right. I think it's time for a segment. We don't do those often.
We don't.
And this segment being audience submissions.
Ooh, you're going to hear your shit.
Thank
Hopefully
you guys
listen to our episode.
For sending in your small potatoes. It tells us that people are actually listening, and these aren't just bots downloading our show.
Millions of bots. It's crazy.
It's a lot of bots.
There's got to be so many bots because there's just so many streams that we always get.
Yeah.
So
you guys have sent some stuff in, some funny stuff, a lot of unfunny stuff, let's be honest. A lot of unfunny, bad content, but some good stuff.
Trevor, that makes people feel so much better when you say they sent so much unfunny small potatoes because it's going to make them want to send in more.
Yeah, that's true.
It's going to entice people to want to send in more.
So it's a win-win.
You've rejected them.
It's a win-win. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many we get. It's the ones that we pick.
All right, fine.
That we like. But if we don't pick yours today, don't think it's unfunny. Maybe we just didn't get time for it. I'd put us in a hole here.
Yeah, you did.
I kind of just insulted everyone we don't mention.
Yeah, exactly. And to be honest, I feel
I didn't start a podcast to be nice. I started a podcast to complain about things.
And that's why there's only 2 of us now.
Yeah.
The thing is if we don't talk about your specific small potato, it might be because we lost it. Because like we kind of like
we're bad at filing.
We don't have an Excel spreadsheet of all your small potatoes.
We don't have a secretary, and the one producer who like he actually had one job, and it was audience submissions. He's gone now because he was bad at what he did. So
if there's anything you didn't like about that show, just know that's changed. We've changed that.
We've pivoted.
That specific thing you didn't like,
cut the fat,
has been changed. We've cut the fatty.
Okay, so our first one that let's talk about is couple photo shoots for couples that are not engaged. They're just dating and wanted nice pics. Yeah.
Oh, it's so... Okay. Can I be honest? I even think that I would want to include engaged.
Wow.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Couple photos are just... Maybe like...
It's very narcissistic.
Oh, it's just like... I think photos in general are... This is just broadening and broadening.
Yeah, it's getting bigger and bigger.
When you're with just the couple photos are from someone who has been with a girl before / currently. It's just like let's live in the moment and hang out and
it's weird
take
to
pictures sometimes.
Exactly. For events, for things that you're doing, but to just take a picture for like, hey, we're dating still. And we're so great. Look how great we are. It's odd.
Weird.
It's just odd.
Weird.
Yeah.
It's just.
Also, you do hear the city sounds in the background. That's something we added in post because we felt it was more like we've kind of done this move like
it makes a
like
city
an LA.
vibe.
We're like an LA based podcast now. Now that we've just the 2 of us living here. So also Anthony is now relocated to where we do the studio recording, which is a lot better for the show. So we added more city sounds to make it more gritty, more real. Like you're sitting here with us in this closet.
Truth is, we're like miles out of the city, so we just wanted it to make it feel more like it's that urban city, vibe. So that's why mid conversation we're saying that we are adding these wonderful things.
So this same person mentioned icebreakers during like college, like first day of class in college or like first day of work, and how much they suck. And I wholeheartedly agree. Icebreakers are so dumb, especially because I know that you share the sentiment. We've talked about it before, but class is for lecture. Class is for listening to professor. I don't give a shit who's sitting next to me. I get that we're all the same age.
Preach it.
We're interested in the same things because we're taking this class.
Preach it.
But I don't give a shit who you are. I'll make friends I'll pick who I want to get to know. I don't need to be forced to sit, because day one, syllabus day, great day, because no homework, no really things
Always
to think about.
the best day.
Just
Never
like
miss
plan
that
out your
week.
semester. Like, how easy is this going to be? Like, what can I slack on? Because
You
they're kind of
always
breaking
get to go
down
home early.
Yeah, you always get to home. Exactly. You get to break down like what the grades are,
Yes.
so you get to like figure out like, okay, where can I slack? Where can I turn in like short essays, shit like that.
How intense the teacher is.
I don't want to spend 45 minutes going one by one, learning about who you are,
What
where
your
you're
major
from.
is.
Also, two truths and a lie. I'm sorry, but we're wasting time on things that aren't even about you. Something that's not even false, that's not even true information.
The majority of the entire time spending on two truths and a lie is how creative is the person that you're talking to.
God.
It's just how creative are they, or how uncreative, really, I guess, because the idea is to make things sound like they're all
And let's be
truths.
honest, they're mostly uncreative.
And
like, don't get me wrong, I'm uncreative too, because I don't want to do this shit.
why are you making me guess? Just say, like, what? Don't even. I don't want to know anything about you. Let's just skip this game.
Why does this... First of all, why are we doing this? Second of all, why does this have to be a game? A fun fact about you is too much already, so let's just not go around the class. Like, I get if, like, the professor needs to learn our names and, like, can associate things with us, but the rest of us don't care.
I don't want to.
Can we not, please? And thank you. All right. What else we got?
So, this next one is talking about how awkward it is to raise your hands and spread your legs at the scanner when you're going through security at the airport. And
It's not like awkward spreading my legs and raising my arms, but it's the... You were saying this earlier. It's the copying the diagram. It's trying to like match the diagram so you don't fuck this up.
that's what's awkward, is trying to match the diagram, because it's like weirdly, like you try to like, I just feel like everyone tries to do this. It's not like you just raise your hands. You don't just lift them. There's always a diagram that you're looking at where you're trying to be like, I need to
What's
match
the
it
angle of
in
my
this way.
elbows?
It's 6 a.m. I don't want to get yelled at. The guy behind me got yelled at. I'm not trying to be that guy. So I'm just trying to like not make waves. And that is uncomfortable. You're not wearing shoes at this point. It is a little
So emasculating. Take your shoes off and then we're going to yell at you.
And then for some reason, this is not according to this person's one, but this is for me. There is I must have been shot. I must have been hit by shrapnel as a kid, because there is a thing on my side, my lower side, in my hip area, that always goes off, and they always have to pat me down right here and check me. And I don't have anything there, but it always goes off.
I think I need an arc reactor because I get the same thing in my like chest plate. It's my right pec.
Yeah.
Also has, I guess, bomb shrapnel in it, because same thing, it goes off and they like get mad at me for it. I'm like, I don't know, it's your machine picking up my blood.
And it's 6 a.m.
Sorry, I have a high iron
You
diet.
don't have any shoes, and now they're mad at you for your chest being metallic.
I'm freaking the fuck out because this is the one time where I don't have my ticket in my hand and it's not like in my eyesight, so I'm scared.
Yep.
Because
It's
if I lose
2021
track of my plane ticket, I'm terrified.
It's 2021, and Trevor still has a physical paper ticket.
I don't trust Apple Wallet.
What?
I just don't trust it.
I don't remember. I don't remember the last time I had a paper ticket. What?
That's a lie. I do download my ticket onto Apple Wallet, but I still don't trust it, and I need
What do
the
you
paper
mean?
copy as well. I need
What do you
both.
mean you don't
I
trust
need both.
It couldn't be more. If it's anything, it's more accurate because your things always change.
I just fear the moment where I'm fumbling with my phone as they're like, "Show me your ticket. Show me your ticket right now. I need to see your ticket." And I'm like, I can't open it.
Gosh, this guy doesn't travel. Obviously,
I travel a lot. I went to college in another state. I was traveling way too often.
It's permanently. It's like the morning of. It's on your phone, and you can't get rid of it from your lock screen.
I know, it just scares me.
What?
I'm afraid of the potential
Oh my
awkward
God.
situation with the flight with
So,
the flight person.
the reason
with the
why
Southwest associate.
Guys, I figured it out. I'm sorry. For all you Californians out there, which I know there's probably at least a couple of you, the reason why there were California fires, like just a fuck ton, it seems like the last couple of years, is because of Trevor. Because he prints his fucking airport tickets, his airline tickets are printed on paper when his phone couldn't be more accurate of an airline. Oh my God, what are you doing?
I don't know, dude.
That's wrong.
It scares me with the potential. Like, they're gonna get mad at me. Like, when I'm at the gate and there's all these people waiting for me, and we're like entering the little tunnel for the plane.
Yeah.
And I can't pull it up. It's never happened, but like I can't pull it up, and everyone's mad at me. And then they're like, "Okay, now you have to wait. Now you have to go last because you have to. Everyone's gonna go ahead of you now." I'm afraid of that moment happening.
That moment never happens.
It's never happened. But the fear stays.
The thing here's what actually happens. You end up not getting your seat arrangement, or they change it. And this is almost a small potato within itself, where it ends up giving you way too much anxiety in the morning, trying to be like, I just want to know where my seat is. I just want to know where my seat is. I want to have my AirPods, and I want to have my noise cancellation on. I don't want to have to be listening with one ear the whole time when I'm sitting in front of the terminal for you to call my name to tell me where I'm sitting. I want to already know it. Mm-hmm. And that's what's so frustrating about getting airline tickets, is just they so many times just won't give it to you until 2 seconds before your flight. So a paper ticket's just going to ruin that, I think. A paper ticket, you're gonna have more anxiety. It updates on your phone. It literally will tell you that it updates.
Look, I agree with you intellectually.
God,
but
you're like so
I have
old.
this irrational fear
You're
that
so old.
It's not even like I think the phone's gonna get it wrong, because that doesn't happen. It's just the fear that I'm fumbling with my phone and can't get it open.
Just be ready.
I know.
Okay, whatever.
Let's move on.
Move on to other. We're still in the segment of other people's.
Yeah, this is stuff that other people sent in. So if you don't like this content, blame your fellow audience members, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
We're being really mean to the audience. I'm sorry. We love you guys. But so this is
we actually do. Moving on.
So this one is from our friends in Idaho. Hello, Idaho. And that is people that make Instagram accounts specifically from the point of view of their baby or child or dog or cat, and post as if the kid or dog is the one writing and posting. Now, this is a perfect time to hard call out, he who shall not be named, our fired co-host / barely a producer, because he had one job and didn't do it.
Yep.
Because guess what? His fucking dog has an Instagram account. And it's a smart dog. It's a good dog. He's a good boy. He's never done me wrong. However,
I've had to babysit him when he who shall not be named went out of town multiple times. He's not always a good dog. Let's just say that. Sometimes he's a bad boy.
Better for my point.
Okay.
That I don't care how close we are. Well, now we're not close. We're not friends.
Yeah.
But when we were good friends.
Yeah, back then.
I'm not following your fucking dog. I'm not following your fucking baby. I'm not following your fucking cat.
Yep.
I don't care if it's my dog.
Yep.
I'm not gonna participate in this bullshit.
I think the most annoying thing in this entire potato is that those posts say, I had a good time with my mom and dad today. Or I had a good time.
Also, you're not your dog's
today.
You're not your dog's dad. You're your dog's owner. You're an owner. Own up to that shit. No pun intended, but worth pointing out.
Oh my God. It's just always.
You're the owner of this animal because you're holding it hostage, basically as an interspecies slave, which is classic humans, and I'm not against pets. But own up to it if you own a pet, because he's your pet. It's your pet. It's not your baby. It's not your adopted child. It's a pet because you're holding it hostage.
The crazy thing is these Instagrams are like, I had such a good day going out to the dog park. Too bad I got in a tussle with some other dogs, but you should see the other guy or the other dog. It's just like, oh my God. Like this person, this owner had to come up with, like, had to like change the possessive of who was doing each action. It's just ridiculous and so uncomfortable to see. But at the same time, you know they're going to get followers.
Ugh.
Which is annoying.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's annoying.
Moving on.
All right. Thanks, Idaho.
Actually, strangely enough, we have another Idaho submission.
Ooh.
But it's a different Idaho. Thanks, Idaho.
A different Idaho?
No. This is the other Idaho.
This is Idaho in Cambodia. It's a
Yeah.
small city called Idaho.
By the way, Cambodia, we love you. Thanks for sending all the
Big
fan letters
following
in Idaho, Cambodia.
and we thank you.
So this is from Idaho, Cambodia. Where do fruit flies come from? How do they arrive when your fruit is just sitting out? Like, what is, I guess this is now me moving on, is, what? Fruit fly, you get your fruit. There are no fruit flies. All of a sudden.
The doors are closed. Windows locked.
Yeah, here's the thing. Living in California, you don't always have your doors open. That's just a little bit of too much of an exaggeration of what's going on. It's mostly all the time hot now because, I don't know, the world is dying and getting hotter.
Also, we're sweating our asses off in this closet right now
It's so
because
fucking
any
hot.
machine that makes this room colder is loud as hell. And it's cold outside. But if we open the windows, the automated cityscape sounds are going to get louder, and we're just doing our best here, but we're sweaty as fuck.
By the way, thank me, the audio engineer, for adding these wonderful sounds brought to you by Waves.
What's Waves?
It's like that was an audio engineer joke, and it took me 10 minutes to figure out
Well,
that
good
joke.
thing that's our target audience.
Waves.
Audio
Target
engineers.
Look, if I'm gonna buy fruit, I expect my fruit. By the way, I expect my fruit to come fruit flyless.
That's
Okay.
hard. That's tough.
I expect
fruit flyless.
Yes, I expect my fruit to come fruit flyless.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see a fruit fly, and I don't, especially 6 days later, want to see.
And if
fruit
I
flies.
leave my fruit out and it does get fruit flies, I'm bringing that shit back to the store and getting a refund.
returning it. Also, where are they coming from?
Yeah. Yeah.
How are there just fruit flies everywhere where they're like, hey guys, guess who bought? Like they have like a list. They keep track of everyone who walks out of the Trader Joe's with produce items, and they're like, hey,
And one less child than they came in with.
Margaret, Sarah, and O'Donnell, you guys are all gonna go follow this family home and wait 4 days.
Those are great fly names. I love that.
Wait 4 days, then attack.
Hold back. Wait.
Let them think they're fine.
Wait.
Let them
Go, 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 go.
Let them throw away the receipt for Trader Joe's.
Let them eat a couple of the fruits too.
Yeah. Oh, so annoying. And the way you have to get rid of them is like, hey, put out like the most smelly, gross vinegar in a bowl and just drown them. It's just like so off-putting and smelly and gross. And I just want fruit flies to know, we know that you're plotting against us and we fucking hate it.
You're not invited.
You're not invited. Okay. That was another submission. Do we have any others? By the way, this is not an audience submission, but it seemed pretty unanimous that when I mentioned maybe a week ago that Wingstop fries are the best, it was pretty unanimous that everyone loves Wingstop fries, but they all, like literally everyone who messaged in wanted to mention that their ranch is just as good. And I agree.
Love the ranch.
I am new to the ranch game. Extremely.
Oh, I'm a
new.
lifelong rancher, and you know that.
Yes.
And Wingstop Ranch fucking kills the game. And also, may I add, this new trend of Chipotle ranch and sriracha ranch and aioli.
Mhm.
Oh, I couldn't be
Aioli.
happier. I couldn't be fucking happier at these
Yes,
new
yes,
ranch styles with spice and flavor and kick and pizzazz. I'm so stoked on the ranch game lately.
You know what's crazy? Is that in the word garlic aioli, aioli is the tame one. Garlic is the guy who's like, ooh.
I'm here.
Aioli's like the soft guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, garlic.
I don't really know what aioli is.
It's like...
Whatever word is before aioli is what I'm excited for, and the aioli is just kind of like,
Ooh.
okay, it's in like a liquid form, kind of. Like, I
To
don't
be
really know what
honest-
aioli is.
Does anybody know what aioli is? If you know what aioli is, let us know.
Message us and tell us what aioli is.
Small
'cause
Potatoes Pod.
We're not gonna Google it.
Not gonna happen.
If you listen to the show, you know we don't Google simple questions that could easily be answered by the internet.
We just ask, we hold them for a week, don't talk about it, and then we ask you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is all of the audience submissions that we want to talk about, because I'm too lazy to look for other ones.
Mm-hmm.
So if you did mention one, and we haven't gotten to it yet, how about you just remind us? Not because they're not funny, but literally probably because they're all terrible.
That guy
Yeah.
lost them.
Yeah.
He's a bad filer.
Why was I taking the fall for all of us? It was him.
Yeah, it's okay.
It was that guy.
He's gone. He
so
can't hurt you anymore. He can't hurt the show anymore. All right.
Oh shit. Yeah, so if we talked about if we haven't talked about your submission that you have sent in, send it again. We're definitely sorry. Remind us and we will actually get to it. But also, for anyone who hasn't, or if you come up with new ones, let us know. We'll talk about them.
Please.
Some of these are juicy.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them are okay to talk about. We'll talk about them. We will discuss them. But we want to hear we want to get your engagement. We want to get your click-through rates. We want to get your cash money. We want capitalism. Sorry guys.
We want
gotta
to
make a dime.
capitalism.
We got to make a dime.
All
By
right.
the way, this episode's brought to you by Hulu.
I have a
waves.
second water-based small potato.
Oh yeah, we love water.
We
tribute.
love
Yeah,
water on
yeah.
this show. And this is a positive small potato, which we don't have often. We should have more of.
It should be its own segment.
We definitely we started this podcast going like, oh, it'll be like the things we love, because
Yeah.
you know the inconsequential tidbits of life, right?
Yeah.
And we wanted to bring the negative ones and the positive ones. Turns out we're pretty cynical, and we only have things we hate about the world.
Look, we're fun. We just hate everything. That's all.
So this one's positive, and it's one of the best feelings in the world. It's like a mini orgasm, and it's when you're hot and dehydrated, that first gulp of cold water, and it drizzles down through your chest into your like sternum and stomach. And it
Yes.
feels like the Nile Basin, like delta, like is like expanding into your body, and you feel rejuvenated, and life returns.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, it's so great.
It's funny that you say the Nile because I feel like
That's how I
other
picture
feeling.
that in my head.
All of those times in school when we learned about the Nile,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's the only thing I can relate. Like I know the Nile. I know what it's like for the Nile to get water.
Mm-hmm. It's a big deal.
When I drink water after I've been parched, and it's cold,
Mm-hmm.
maybe not too cold, but like, and it just spreads throughout your chest cavity. Oh, it's orgasmic.
Mm-hmm.
It's orgasmic. I'll say it again. It's orgasmic.
Well, I already said it, but that's okay. Now, you mentioned not too cold, and this is something that I wanted to bring up as well as like kind of a piggyback. And this is probably a situation where we could use a third party to kind of break the tie, but I'd rather not if
Sure.
it means that guy.
Sure. Yeah, right. Ew.
And that is you and your household likes to keep the Brita outside of the fridge
Okay.
at room temperature.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, but any water that isn't cold isn't worth drinking. I need as cold as possible
You're so dumb, though.
water. I
Here,
don't care if it's
I
like I
used
don't care
to
if it's
be.
snowing outside. Give me a cold glass of water.
Okay. I used to be that way, and I understand your naive mind. I understand it, but you're naive. to say the least. Because cold water dehydrates you more. And unlike some boring...
I'm sorry, but we
drink-
fired the scientist.
Let
I
me
don't
just-
need
Brittany,
facts.
I'm just saying...
I
fine.
need feeling. And it
Here's
feels
feeling.
better going in.
Here's feeling, Travis.
Mm-hmm.
Boring people
Oh.
drink water every day. I drink water when it's necessary and when I remember. Mostly when I remember, because I forget. And
This couldn't sound more dumb, but go ahead.
And in order to drink water faster and to hydrate yourself, it needs to be closer to room temperature so that your body, I don't know, can keep living. So your water needs to be more room temperature. Plus that water is just better for you. Also, piggybacking, when you...
Don't piggyback my piggyback.
No. When you drink water that is too cold and you are thirsty, you get...
And it hurts your teeth a
the
little? Oh, yeah.
You get the brain freeze, but in your throat. You get the throat freeze.
Mm-hmm.
And that orgasmic, wonderful chest parched feeling when you like first get that water is wonderful, will immediately turn into the worst feeling when now your throat is fucking frozen.
No, dude, because listen to this. When you have, let's say, a 7-Eleven slushie, and you're gulping that shit down.
Okay.
Oh, fuck, brain freeze. Do you go, okay, lesson learned. Next time I'll have warm syrup.
No.
No, you go for it again and you get a
No.
brain freeze again in 60 seconds because you don't learn your lesson and you don't want to learn your lesson. You just want that cold goodness.
No, you do.
And
dude, you're dumb.
Also, may I
You're
add,
dumb.
may I add the feeling of like gulping cold water too fast, and it's like you're a child who's like still panting from running around outside, but like drinking like you can hear your breathing in the glass and it's echoing in your face. That's the best.
See, I think we were just had different childhoods because as a child, for me, it was like, do you think they're home?
What?
And it was like, I don't know. Are they home? Like, I don't know. Just like, look, see if there's like anybody like moving around inside the house. And then it was out of the hose that they had out back, and it was never
from someone else's hose?
Yeah, someone else's hose.
Did you not have a hose?
I had a hose, but my mom ran over it. My mom ran over it with her car, and it was flat and dirty. I still drank out of it, but here's the thing. When I was a kid, when you were a kid...
Yeah,
didn't
you
wanna go
complain when
all
we have
the
to
way-
drink out of my sink for a day.
Yes, these hoses didn't give me cotton mouth. Anyways, the thing is that getting to my house was too far away. What happens if we were playing an intense game of hide and go seek, and I didn't want to get caught by traveling, by being a nomad and getting all the way back over to my place of residence and daring to drink out of a flat hose? No. I needed to drink out of whatever the closest hose was. So it was...
That's fair.
And it was always hot water. It was water that was stuck in the hose for like 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to let that shit run for a second before you put your mouth on it because that's shit. That water's been
Yeah,
sitting.
if I'm a pro drinking. You got to wait for a second and then you drink.
Mm-hmm.
But I
enough.
guess let's agree to disagree.
Agree
for the
to
first
disagree.
time. All right. At least we can talk about that.
I'd
and be
rather
okay.
I'd rather agree to disagree than
With
have
you.
a tiebreaker in
With
my
someone
ear
else.
like, well, actually, Trevor,
Yeah.
water and hydration. No, I don't want to hear it.
H2 what? I don't
H2,
know.
shut the
I don't-
fuck up.
Yeah.
You know? Classic. Got him. All right, we can be done now. Show's over.
Show's over. So here's the thing. If you think we're joking about kicking this other guy out, catch us next week when he's not on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And then really find out whether we were joking or not.
And as soon as we can find a cheap/free graphic designer,
Slash
we're gonna
best friend.
get him out of the logo.
Yeah.
We're gonna get back to a 2 potato, like you know,
Yeah.
because you know the little guys. Spoiler: that's us. That's us. That's me and
We,
Anthony
yeah.
and
the other guy.
and the other guy. But we're gonna find someone who knows Photoshop who can just take him, just crop that third potato out, and it'll just be us two, and it'll be a much better show. I mean, you heard today. How better was this show today?
And guess what? It's going to happen next week on Tuesday. It's going to be posted at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Because the right people will be in charge of that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Consider yourself signed off because
This is what we do.
you know, we don't fucking know how to
because
stop talking.
Because people send in their small potatoes, but absolutely refuse to send in a sign-off. What's a cool fucking sign-off? Someone tell us, Small Potatoes Pod. Instagram. That's the one we use.